Hey everyone, welcome back. This is Vordy. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're doing another quick video here in regards to Final Fantasy Brave Exvius, and today's topic is the Gil Snapper's Cave. Obviously, look at this bad boy. Everybody needs Gil. No, that's not why. We're coming back in regards to the new banner and the new event, Final Fantasy Type 0, the Academia. It's actually a King Mog event, so it's something that everybody's been waiting for, which is fantastic. So if you, it's now in the news actually. So just for those new people, I know that some people keep asking me how do you get there. So right now, if you go to the board, you can actually see the new events. This is where you will get all your updates. So right now we're looking at the Academia. It is the new King Mog event. They're my favorite events, and I think most people's favorite events that come out. They're perfect for beginners. So for those people that I've been talking to, and I'm telling them like, you know what, if you're starting new, these are the kind of events you want to look for. This is the type of thing. If you're a free-to-play player, your best bet is to do the daily summons if you don't have any lapis saved up from the quests, to try and get some of these bonus characters that we're going to talk about later, and so you can get these items. So the items I'm talking about is the Phantoma. These, you collect these items, and then you can use these to trade them for King Mong items. You give him the Phantoma, and he will give you back items. So there's some items that are priority. I'll go over those as well at the end here. So just by clearing the beginner quest, you will get one summoning ticket, which is a good chance for you to try and roll at least one free banner character that will help you have bonuses. Okay, second time, and int, it's Phantoma 200. Then after that, it is 300 Phantoma, then 500, and then you get 500 Lapis for the last one. And they go up in difficulty, and how much Phantoma these quests will drop as well. By default, you'll get that. So this is the King Mog, and you can get to him through the Vortex, and in the far plane, you can go to the King Mog. So you can trade the Phantoma to the King, and he will give you different kinds of items. So there's 6-star materials for leveling up your 6 stars, as well as tickets, which is probably something as a new player you might want to prioritize. And then you can get these different special materia or ability items, which are normally, they only come during this one-time event. So I would get them either way. Even if you don't pull the main character, sometimes it's better if you have the extra, let's say Phantoma in this case. I would pick it up just because you might pull that 5-star character later on down the road, and this event won't be around, and you won't be able to use it. So as long as the item is good or the material is good, it's worth getting. Definitely one of the big ones to get here would be the Muggle. He gives you the 10% to all. So again, for new players, this is to help your TM grinding, so that you can get the TMs that you want. Always prioritizing dual wield or dual cast. Always want to make sure I mention that because those are the best ones. So normally with the King Mog events, they always have different kinds of items that are out there that you can kind of get. Most of the time, the items are, they're decent. In this case, they are kind of more geared towards new players, it seems, because the attacks for most of them are really, really weak. I mean, the unusual artifact looks pretty good, but we'll just go one by one. So the Survival's Edge, the sword gives you 32 attack and 10% hit points, which is probably good for good for a tank. But honestly, for a new player, this is fantastic for any of your characters in the meantime, just to help you get through the story and to try and get those events beat so that you can get better items. The next one is the Ruin Trigger, which looks like a gun, but almost like a hair dryer. I don't know, looks something like that. But anyways, its attack is pretty good, and 15% MP is not that bad. So again, the thing about gun users is the gun users are kind of low right now, or you don't really need. This would be good for like a caster, but I don't really know who would this really suit right now. So but still, either way, I would still pick it up, as I will be picking that up. The next one, which is probably the best one here, is the Unusual Artifact. Attack 15, defense 15, and hit points 5%. That's actually up there. It's pretty good. It gives you a decent amount for like what do you call it, an accessory slot. So it's actually pretty good, especially if you don't have hero rings. This would be fantastic to put something on maybe your damage dealer, or even your tank, or wherever you see fit, that's going to give you the best return to make sure that you beat whatever event you're trying to beat. So the event is lasting for about 13 days, so it's about 2 weeks, and you can claim the items a little bit longer after that, which is, I don't think it's going to be a big deal. I'm pretty sure everybody's going to pick up everything they want. So the bonus characters I was talking about. So with King Mog events, normally bonus events come out that you can bonus characters, and a banner always comes out. So the bonus characters, normally the 5 stars will give you 100% up, where the other characters, the 3 stars will give you 50, and then the 4 star will give you 75. It's the bonus. So if you get 100 Phantoma and you have 100%, you're gonna finish the whole map with 200 Phantoma. It doubles it, and these things stack. So if you had 4 of these ace, that'd be 400%, right? So all of these add up. So you can normally, the way I would do it is I would have maybe 2 carries or 3 carries, or maybe one really, really strong carry, and the rest of them would be event characters, and then my friend would be an event character as well, to try and gather as much bonus as I can, so that I can get as much of the Phantoma as possible, so that I can buy all the items. And as the event kind of goes down, I got most of the items, and you don't really need them anymore. You kind of switch out the characters as you see fit. But and this thing kind of explains to you exactly what's going on. So normally in all of these, like the newer events, they have like a bonus character that pops up. Like there was like these weird looking Gigantors that popped up in the previous event, and the event before that there was like present, and it's just like different kinds of things that pop up, and when you kill them they give you bonus, normally like 500 more or 1,000 more. So right now in this new event there's a double corn, which looks like it looks like a behemoth with like 2 horns, but if you beat it you will get 3,000, so multiplied by whatever bonuses you have, but 3,000 is quite a bit. So if you beat it, and they come here with a little disclaimer, which normally they don't have on these kind of bonus characters, because these bonus characters are normally like super easy. Like you just look at them and they die, and you get these bonuses. But in this case, it looks like this one is actually going to be pretty tough, or at least that's what they're saying. It's going to be pretty tough, and they're letting you know what, you don't have to attack it. So if you bring items like escape, or you have abilities like escape, or like an item like smoke or smoke bomb or any of those things, you can actually use that item, and it might push you, or you'll run away from this monster, or the monster will lose interest and leave, or whatever. So you can bring that. So if you're a new player and you're barely beating these higher events like pro or advanced, I would bring a smoke just to be safe, because you don't want to end it on this guy if he's really, really strong. So I would just bring it till you know that you can either beat it, or if it's not something you can take on, just escape and get it out of there, so you can get at least some points rather than losing everything from failing. So these are the characters here. These are from the banner. They go kind of in depth over here. So I'm just gonna pop over here. So you have the banner characters. You have Ace, Seven, Trey, and Jack. So for anybody who's played Type 0, these guys are kind of like the main characters. Ace, Seven being kind of like the main protagonist there. But I wasn't a big fan of Type 0, and I mean I liked Ace and Seven, but other than that, nothing much I can say as far as the story goes. I don't remember playing it. It's been so long. So anyways, for Type 0, Ace is going to be the big guy right now. He's a mage. Honestly, from looking at his abilities, there's nothing special. Right now you have X-Death and Dark Fina. This guy's not going to excel past them. He's got some interesting abilities that are kind of played by chance. And he also has this ability called Jackpot Tread, which is pretty crazy. He can deal some crazy damage, but again, it's all about chance. He's got a decent Trust Mastery, which if you were to get multiple of these guys, it would be pretty good to get. It's like Shantoto's TM plus with MP, which is fantastic. Next is Seven, which is the character I'm hoping to get, just because it's got the same pose as Lightning, but I kind of like her character a little bit more. She is a physical damage dealer, but if you look at her, she kind of does everything. She's almost like Lightning, literally, like as far as how her stats are, except Lightning's damage is a lot higher. Her Trust Mastery is Discriminate, and it's actually pretty good. It kind of, let's say that a monster is going to cast a lot of status effects, so you can put this on to nullify Poison, Blind, Sleep, Silence, Paralysis, Confusion, Disease, and Stone. And honestly, this last one here is probably amazing, but actually all of these for Arena would be spot on what you need, so this would be perfect. So if you had something like this and you had a lot of hers, I would get that and put that on like some of your characters that you don't want to get stoned or stopped or anything like that, so that'd be great. Oh, not stopped, I mean stone. Stop is a completely different ability that can't be negated yet. Then the 3-star, which is there's two 3-stars. These are the guys you're gonna get the most of. So Jack's pretty cool. He's like a melee type dude, but his problem is that I think he can only wield katanas, if I remember correctly. He can I think he does katanas and daggers, or katanas and swords, but either way he's limited in weapons and stuff like that. He's kind of like I think he can do breaks and stuff like that as well. Yeah, so you can do breaks. So for a new player, this is a fantastic full break character, or near full break character that you can use. It's just his weapon limitation kind of makes him he suffers from that. So his TM, nothing really worth talking about. If you got it, you got it, but I wouldn't use it. It's a waste of a material slot, to be completely honest, unless you're doing quests and you want to, you know, do 3 limit bursts in a map. You know, that's about it. Next one and the last one here is Trey. Same idea. He's a physical damage dealer at range. His downfall is that he can only use bows, so completely useless because our bows right now are, you know, meh. So as of right now, this guy's nothing worth mentioning. He has one really cool ability which is called Dynamite Arrow. It deals some decent damage to all enemies, but also puts on like a status effect after a turn goes by. So like after a turn goes by, then these guys get hit by this effect. So again, it's like a chance thing. So when you do the damage, you won't know what effect they got hit till the next turn. Then you'll see this effect, which is kind of an interesting thing. But you know, again, for new players, it's a good catch. I mean, bows suck right now, and like ranged weapons are kind of crappy. So at least you'll have something that's kind of to play around with and at least help you carry you through some of the easier events because he does have AoE abilities. So that's kind of the banner. I'll do a unit spotlight review kind of thing where I talk about the individual ones as we get more information on them, and hopefully I'll get to pull some of these guys so that I can kind of talk about them firsthand experience. So that's the new event. I hope everybody is interested and happy about this because I'm super excited about having another King Mog event. It's gonna be fun. I would like to farm out more 6-star materia personally, but also I want that mug. I want that muggle. I want that 10% boost from him. So, you know, even these items will be pretty good. But yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If you liked the video, please subscribe, thumbs up, and as always, leave a comment or with any input or anything you'd like me to talk about previously. But yeah, stay tuned for the next videos as the event comes out. I'll probably give like a little guide on how to beat it on my own, and you know, hopefully it helps you guys out. Okay, thanks so much for tuning in. Vorty out.